Hello, my name is Michael Lawrence. This is my LAN 2 presentation. Today we're going to be talking about Nano Servers. It is a stripped down version of Windows Server developed by Microsoft specifically for running cloud applications. It's based off of the Windows Server 2016. Today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of Nano Server itself and possibly what it was originally made for. The pros is it has better speed, better stability, better security, major reduce and resource consumption, 93% lower VHD size, and 80% fewer reboots, which I believe is a big pro with having to reboot a whole server, especially used in business applications, major possible media, when you're involving the cloud, pulling stuff from the cloud, so that cloud's not having to reboot, and that could range from a couple seconds to a couple of minutes of people being down wanting to retrieve stuff for, like I said, business, personal, you name it, but probably mostly business since it's cloud storage server based equipment. Luckily it does have better speed, better stability, better security, which just you want to find that in anything in life pretty much. Now the cons of it, there is no GUI or graphical user interface, which I call that a con because not everyone's that well with PowerShell, which this is what is basically off of, which looks like. And PowerShell has a blue background most of the time. It's somewhat like the Linux-based command line where you have to type in every little bit. But on the other hand, a lot of people love that the GUI is not there to be able to write scripting for their servers, which scripting is where you type in a list of things where ifs, do's, things like that. So if this happens, then do this. If this doesn't happen, then you do option B, or just not do anything. It just depends on how you write that script, which is almost like coding in a way. But other cons are they removed 32-bit support, so you have to have, I guess, pretty good amount of RAM, because the difference between 32-bit and 64-bit is that amount of RAM usage. See, removes various default server core components, including MSI, removing physical features, including drivers, Hyper-V, SOFS, failover clustering, which I guess it's want to be more virtual and less physical, and I can get where that's a con, where you want a physical machine, so if that machine goes down, it could be a part like a bad RAM stick or a bad CPU or something like that. Then you can replace it real quick and you're done. So I could see that being a con. And you won't be able to install this on a physical virtual machine or VHDs, which I know I mentioned that being a pro in the other one, but it seems like, in my opinion, and what I've researched, that Nano Server was supposed to be this great lightweight operating system that was almost like a core of Windows Server 2016 to be just lighter, better, and of course it's for cloud storaging. But it's kind of fallen to the wayside almost. It just fallen apart, I guess you could call it. And where it's now removing these physical features and not being able to be on physical virtual machines and things like that. And you would think, being such a lighter, almost core of its bigger brother, the Windows Server 2016, it would still have 32-bit it'd still have 32-bit and being able to work with it. But I'm guessing 32-bit, you need RAM, and then RAM over a server, you need massive amounts, so it's more efficient. But that's just my opinion and conclusion. This is my works cited page by Webopedia.com and Petri.com. Learned a lot from these two websites because beforehand I didn't know anything about Nano servers. I've only knew about the Windows Server 2016 and Windows Server 2012, the older version, or what I like to call the Windows 7 and for 2012 and Windows 10 for 2016. Server based. Hopefully you've learned a lot, like I've learned a lot through this presentation, or at least building this presentation. And thank you.